When guitar players start reharmonizing melodies and try to get their chord soloing chops together, one of their biggest hurdles is that they are basic harmonic bitches that don't know anything about how it works. Today we're going to fix that by learning 1-4-5s and how to use them in all the scales, and they are not basic structures at all. They're actually super advanced and super easy. Let's go. We're going to start with the difference between tonal and modal analysis, because this will require you to do tonal analysis, but you need to know the difference. So modal analysis is when I take Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and I look at the first two chords. It starts from a C and it goes to an F, the 1 and the 4 chord. But when I look at the melody, if I call the melody notes the 1, 1, 5, 5, and then when I change to the F chord, I call that A note 3. And then when I come back 5, I did a modal analysis of the melody, meaning I'm taking a moving root and I keep calling it 1, and then I'm measuring to that root. So this is the root of the root chord. This is the 5th of the 4 chord, but I call that chord 1. I keep having a new 1 every time the chord changes. We are not doing any of that today. That is modal analysis. Tonal analysis is when I analyze the entire melody in the key. I'm saying this is 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, right? 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. But I'm doing the same thing to the bass. That's going to give me my Roman numeral analysis, my Nashville number system. It's 1, 1, 4, 4, 1, 1, 1, 4, 4, 1, 1, 5, 5, 1. That's the bass line that goes with that. Okay, now why is that important? Well, that gives me an ability to describe the bass intervallically, not just a series of moving ones, as well as the melody. But it also lets me see this relationship between the bass and the melody. So for today, what we're going to do is we're going to take the key of C and we're going to take a look at 1-4-5s. 1 chords being C, 4 chords being Fs, and 5 chords being Gs. Now, they have harmonic functions. The function is how the chord affects a melody note. I can take a note of the melody and give it one of 3 effects using harmony. That's what harmony is for. If I take a G note and I put a C on it in the key of C, it stabilizes it. It makes it sound tonic. It makes the G sound as at home as it can possibly sound. If I put an F behind it, it's subdominant. Now it feels like I went from my house to the neighbor's house. If I put a G on it, it's dominant. That's like the street that connects places. There's the lead up into a place. The G pulls, right? That's dominant. Tonic, subdominant, dominant, tonic. Now, if I take all 3 of these harmonies and I just use the chord tones, the tones that are inside the triads, the 1-3-5s of the 1, 4, and 5 chords, and then I make a scale out of it, guess what? I get every note of the major scale, because they're each 3-note structures, and the 4 and 5 chord have no common tones. They're all unique intervals, but they each have 1 common tone with the 1. So 9 notes total. 2 get eliminated because they're repeated, and I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's see how that works. Well, 1 exists inside the 1 chord and the 4 chord. 2 is only inside the 5 chord. 3 is only inside the 1 chord. 4 is only inside the 4 chord. 5 is inside the 1 and the 5 chord. 6 is only inside the 4 chord. 7 is only inside the 5 chord. And again, 1 belongs to the 1 and the 4. Oscar Peterson, when he plays like cool piano lines, you hear him do a lot of cool tricks, just going 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. But the melody keeps moving like... Sick. All that was C, F, C, F, C, G, C. In gospel, they do a ton of that shit, just moving the chords, but controlling the actual melodic movement. So let's make a scale out of it. For the 1, we're going to use the 1. 2, 5 chord. 3 is the 1 chord. 4 is the 4 chord. 5 is the 5 chord. 6 is the 4 chord. 7 and 1. Now let's try to take a melody and harmonize it just using that system. So whenever I have the 1, I can either use the 1 or the 4, depending on what it sounds like. You have to apply taste. You have to see what things are like. It's kind of like cooking. If you refuse to taste your food, it's going to taste like shit. So you want to taste your food and make sure that the melody note and the choice you're making on it isn't just theoretically correct, it also feels good. So let's take a melody like Silent Night, if I have this. Okay, well that melody, if I do a tonal analysis of it, is this: 5, 6, 5, 3, 5, 6, 5, 3, 2, 2, 7, 1, 1, 5. Well, if I look at the chart, that whole beginning section is just going to be on the 1 chord. Something like that, just 1, 5, back to 1. But if I just look at what's available to me note after note, meaning putting a chord on every note, well, I can start harmonizing the 5th with the root chord, but when I go to the 6th here, I just use the 4 chord. It belongs to the 4. And then play the 5 and the 3 against the 1 chord. Again. The 2 belongs to the 5 chord. The 7 belongs to the 5 chord. But here I have the root. I can go 4, 1. Check out this excerpt. It's pretty cool. Not the hippest shit, but you can start actually playing things as chord melodies using that system. Now, let's take a look at Harmonic Major. I know, harmonic genius level. Well, not quite. If I just look at what C harmonic major is with this exact concept, and I'm just looking at its tonic, subdominant, and dominant harmony, meaning it's 1, 4, 5, it's almost identical. It just has 1 note difference. 1 is major, 4 instead of major is just minor, F minor, and 5 is major. Could it be that simple? It really actually is. So now, if I harmonize the scale, from the 1 chord I have the 1, the 3, and the 5. From the 4 minor chord, I have the 1 of the key, I have the 4 of the key, and I have the flat 6 of the key, right? This A flat instead of an A. So yeah, what do you do when you have A in the melody? Well, you don't fucking use harmonic major if you have the 6, right? It's not gonna fit. But think about it differently. If instead of looking for A flat melody notes, I'm looking for C's and for F's, meaning the 1 and the 4, now I have a new bass note to put those sounds on. So if I take Silent Night, when I get to that C note that's the root, I can put an F minor in it, or an F minor with A flat in the bass, right? I can have... That's coming from harmonic major. Cool. So now my entire chord scale, if I'm really just using 1, 4, 5s, is 1 from the 1 chord, 2 from the 5 chord, 3 from the 1 chord, 4 from the 4 minor, 5 from either the 5 or the 1, flat 6 from the 4 minor, 7 from the 5, and 1 I can do with the 4 minor or resolve it to major. It can suspend the sound. Cool. Now, if I take a look at the minor scales, there are 2 diatonic minor scales I could use. I'm going to go to relative minor to see them. Meaning, if this is C, there are 2 diatonic scales that correspond with the key of C that are major. Major and harmonic major. There are also 2 diatonic scales that correspond with its relative minor, A minor, right? And those are harmonic minor and melodic minor. Now, if I take a look at what the 1, 4, 5s of those scales are, it's going to give me these chords. A harmonic minor has A minor, 1 minor, D minor, 4 minor, and E, 5 major. Melodic minor is going to be almost identical, 1 minor, but 4 major and 5 major. If I take a look at those and I try to harmonize them, again, it's the same thing intervallically. I'm thinking 1 against 1 minor, 2 against 5, flat 3 against 1 minor, 4 if it's harmonic minor against 4 minor, 5 against either 5 or 1 minor, flat 6 against 4 minor, 7 against 5. Here's the whole scale harmonize. If it's melodic minor, it's almost identical, but I have a major 4, meaning 1, 2 against the 5 chord, flat 3 against the 1 minor, 4 against 4 major, 5 against 5, 6 against 4 major, 7 against 5 major, and 1. So let's take a melody like God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. Yeah. Now that melody really comes from C major. It comes from A Aeolian. So first of all, before we get into harmonic minor and melodic minor, what I'd like to do is show you how to convert everything to minor from major. It's really simple. Instead of 1, 4, 5 in C, you have 1 minor, 4 minor, 5 minor in relative minor. So that works. If I have the 1 against the 1, the 2 against the 5 minor, right? The 3 against the 1 minor, the 4 against the 4 minor, the 5 either from 5 minor or 1 minor. Then I have the flatted 6 from 4 minor, the flatted 7th from 5 minor. That's the key here because we're going to have that in the melody. And then I'm going to have the 1 against either 4 minor or 1 minor. So if I take that minor melody and I harmonize it against natural minor, well, let's just do that. Here's the 5. I can do that against the 1, the 1 against the 1, then it goes to the 5. I can do it against the 5 minor or the 1 or both because that note repeats twice. Check that out, just that. 4 minor, 1, 2 from the 5 minor, right? And here, I'm putting that 5 major. Now I can use harmonic minor or melodic minor for any of those notes except for the G. The flatted 7th is not going to work with either of them. It will work with the 5 major as a tension, like a Hendrix chord, but we're not getting into that today. So if I'm looking at that exact same melody, but now I'm using harmonic minor, check this out. Okay, that was harmonic minor because I used 4 minor and 5 major. Let's use melodic minor now. I use that E minor on the way down from natural minor. But you see how it's all just 1, 4, 5s? That's the point. And you can get pretty good at it and you can apply it to tunes. And we do on our Patreon. And we teach you how to do this amazingly because it's the best Patreon that was ever invented by man or alien or animal in the history of mankind or animal kind or alien kind. So please join our Patreon. Leave a comment below for a chance to win a free month there. Also, don't forget to just leave a comment anyway. Click all the buttons. Check out our merch. Join our street team, which is linked below, and we'll see you next time.